You're watching Inside Thunder Basketball with Darnell Mayberry. I'm Mike Sherman, sports editor of the Oklahoman, here with our Thunder beat writer Darnell Mayberry. The Oklahoma City Thunder coming off two heartbreaking losses. One the NBA will take responsibility for, the other one they won't. That was Denver, Wednesday night at the Ford Center. Whose responsibility was that one?
Everyone. I mean, you start Scott Brooks, go to Kevin Durant, go to Russell Westbrook, Jeff Green. I mean, no one really came through late in that game like they should have. I mean, between the play calling from the sideline to the shot selection on the court, Russell Westbrook and his turnovers in the fourth quarter, just guys did not play a good game down the stretch. The defensive end of the court looked sloppy, letting Chauncey Billups carve them up, any way he wanted to. The 22-5 run, you can't have that to end the game, especially when you have a 13-point lead with 7 minutes left. That's a game they should have won.
Darnell, it's been said that progress is moving on to a new set of problems. The Thunder's problem is no longer getting defensive effort, no longer playing as a team. This is a team that's in the playoffs, so now you're defining the problems a little differently, and that's what I want to ask you about minutes. Is Scott Brooks playing his starters too many minutes right now?
Well, I think last night, was a classic example of him sort of trying his best to get that win. He played Durant 43, 44 minutes in consecutive nights. I think that really hurt. The fatigue set in. You saw Durant start to settle for jump shots. A lot of those jumpers came up short. I think that was a big problem. But you can't really fault him for, a lot of people are asking why he didn't play Serge Ibaka and Eric Maynard, the bench. He sort of went with the guys who got him there, and that's sort of Scott Brooks' MO. He did it earlier this season a lot with Serge Ibaka. People were asking, why didn't he play Nick Collison? Well, that's because Serge Ibaka was playing well. Last night, it was Nick Collison. So he stuck with the guys who got him there, built that 13-point lead. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the legs after that overtime game Tuesday night in Utah to pull it through.
And this is a coach who 2 months ago was being asked why he didn't play Etan Thomas more.
Yeah.
So, okay, Darnell, talking about moving on to a new set of problems. Here's the problem now. The Thunder, which looked like it might climb up to second or third when the week started, is now looking at trying to avoid playing the Lakers. How's it this weekend set up? This weekend, Sunday, the Thunder plays the Suns at the Ford Center. Then it's out to the West Coast for a Sunday game against Golden State Warriors. And then Monday, the big game against Portland. Is that the one to circle on the calendar and say, this will determine the playoff destination?
Yeah, more than anything, it's that Portland game that's going to determine where the Thunder falls in the pecking order in the Western Conference standings. But you can't overlook Friday night at home against Phoenix, because Phoenix is playing well. They just came off a big win at home against San Antonio Wednesday night. So, they're going to come in here with some momentum. They beat this same Thunder team without Steve Nash the last time they came into the Ford Center. So you can't look past the Suns and say, we're going to beat them just because we're at home and look forward to Golden State and Portland. This is a run and gun team. They've struggled with point guards and Darren Williams Tuesday at Utah and Chauncey Billups Wednesday against the Nuggets. So Steve Nash could pose a problem for this team. And it's a run and gun team. The defense picked it back up against the Nuggets. But, the Suns, you never know. I mean, they could come in and score 120 points on the Thunder in a heartbeat. They need to make sure that they maintain their defensive intensity from Wednesday night.
Thanks, Darnell. That's all for this edition of Inside Thunder Basketball with Darnell Mayberry. But you can stay with the best coverage team anywhere, every day at News OK, and every morning in the Oklahoman.